Welcome to the deep dive. We take the material you've shared and really explore it, pulling out the key insights for you.
And today we're looking at Omnibus Poetry 32, Nude Shadows. It's by Manuel del Valle Colón, just published May 2025.
Exactly. Now, this volume, it's dedicated to lovers, and it explores life's sort of fragmented experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So our mission today is really to unpack the main themes, but also look at the biographical context. How does the poet's life, shed light on the work?
Right. We want to give you, our learner, a really thorough but hopefully engaging understanding of this collection. So let's start with the poet himself, Manuel del Valle Colón.
Okay, born in New York City, October 1948.
But his parents, Manuel del Valle Roman and Providencia Colón del Valle, they were from Puerto Rico, right? Hatillo and Moca.
That's right. So that heritage is there from the very beginning. It's foundational.
And his childhood, East Harlem. First the Carver houses, then the Douglas projects. He moved there when he was 9.
Yeah, East 102nd Street and then West 102nd in Amsterdam. That whole environment, growing up in the city projects, must have been incredibly formative.
Definitely gives a backdrop. He went through public schools, PS 72, PS 179, junior high 54.
And then graduated from Brooklyn Technical High School in 66. That was a college prep program, so a clear pathway opening up.
And high school seems, well, really important. He was deep into the Aspira Club, El Nuevo Mundo.
Became Issues and Actions Chairman for the Aspira Clubs Federation.
And look who he was working with then. People who went on to do significant things.
It's quite a list, isn't it? Wilfredo Caraballo, later a Seton Hall law professor, NJ public advocate, Fernando Ferrer, future Bronx Borough president.
And Aspira's founder, Antonia Tantoja herself. Plus, others involved in the community, like Yolanda Sanchez, Sara Santiago.
Absolutely. That early activism, that connection to community leaders. You have to think that shaped his perspective on social justice profoundly.
No doubt. After high school, there was that Yale Transitional Year Program.
1966 to 67. And then Wesleyan University from 67 to 69.
And at Wesleyan, he did something kind of interesting. He spent time recruiting minority students.
Yeah, using his Yale grades, he worked with the Edwin Gould Foundation and the Cooperative Program for Educational Opportunity, got academic credit for it through American Studies even.
Wow. And he got a grant, a Huff grant, to research identity in the fall of 68, always exploring that theme, it seems.
He was. And then broadening horizons, studying Spanish literature in Madrid in spring 69.
Followed by a summer at the University of Puerto Rico in Rio Piedras. Really digging into Puerto Rican history, literature, politics. He even prepped a syllabus.
That deep dive into his heritage, it clearly fueled his next move, transferring to Princeton in the fall of 69.
Majoring in history, Latin American studies, and Afro-American studies, a powerful combination.
And Princeton wasn't quiet either. He founded the Latino organization there, recruited Latino and Latina students.
Pushed for and got a seminar on Puerto Rican history and politics.
In that senior thesis, A History of the Puerto Rican Student and Public Education, 1945-1969.
That wasn't just academic, was it? A chapter ended up in a memo for Senator Javits.
And was actually used in the Aspire Via Board of Education case. That's taking scholarship directly into action. Real impact.
Incredible. Graduated Princeton in 71. Then a summer teaching and counseling at Phillips Andover Academy for the A Better Chance program.
Still focused on education, on opportunity. Then Yale Law School, 71 to 74, on a John Hay Whitney Fellowship, no less.
And his classmates. Quite the cohort.
Yeah, Clarence Thomas, Lonnie Guarnier, pretty well-known names.
And even while in law school, he kept teaching undergrad courses on Puerto Rican history and politics.
And founded Despierta Boricua, Yale's Puerto Rican student group. His former students, people like Judge Eduardo Padro, Gilbert Caselas, they went on to notable careers, too. Shows his influence.
After getting his JD, he went straight to the Puerto Rican Legal Defense and Education Fund.
Makes sense. Worked on that Aspire case his thesis touched on, and Pabon v. Levine, about bilingual access to unemployment benefits.
Then a long stint, 75 to 87, at the U.S. Department of Labor as a trial attorney.
But what's amazing is he kept one foot in academia the whole time.
Right. Adjunct at Fordham, visiting lecturer back at Princeton and Yale, even an associate professor at New York Law School while still at the Labor Department.
That's some serious juggling. Plus major fellowships.
The Rockefeller at LSE, researching Puerto Rican cases before the Supreme Court.
Which led to a published thesis. And a Ford Foundation fellowship looking into national origin discrimination against Hispanics.
Findings published in the Harvard Journal of Hispanic Policy. He also trained as an arbitrator.
Then back to public service in a big way. Chief Administrative of the NYS Division of Human Rights, 1991, 1995.
The first Puerto Rican in that role. And he prioritized key issues, racial and sexual harassment, AIDS cases.
Also served as chief administrative law judge there for a time, and on the Committee of Character for New Jersey for 10 years. Always involved.
Later moved into a corporate VP role in healthcare management.
Before eventually becoming an administrative law judge, and then chief ALJ for the Social Security Administration in San Juan, Puerto Rico, from 2004 until 2020.
What a career arc. Law, academia, public service, community roots. It's all in there.
It really is. So the question becomes, how does all that feed into this poetry collection, Nude Shadows?
Well, the dedication is to lovers, and it talks about life's fragments. You have to think themes like identity, cultural roots, social justice. They must surface.
Absolutely. I mean, his whole life has been about navigating those complexities, being New Yorkan, fighting for justice, understanding the intricacies of law and human rights. These aren't abstract concepts for him. They're lived experiences.
So applying that to poetry, especially poetry about relationships and intimacy, it suggests a certain depth, a certain layering.
Exactly. The personal becomes a lens for these larger themes. So let's look at the specific themes mentioned for Nude Shadows.
Okay, we have personal identity, sensuality, spiritual awareness, embodiment, and transformation.
Let's break those down a bit. Identity and self-reflection. That feels like a natural starting point, given his background.
Yeah, that journey of figuring out the self, connecting to roots, how relationships shape us, integrating all these parts, it makes perfect sense.
Then embodiment, sensuality, intimacy. What does that suggest to you?
Well, it sounds like a deep awareness of the body, physicality, but maybe not just physical, connected to spirit too.
I think so. A kind of holistic view. Not separating the physical from the emotional or spiritual. Could be about love, sensuality, sure, but maybe also that deeper intimacy of really seeing and accepting the whole person, body included.
Nature, sacred space, spirituality. That's another one.
Could draw on lots of things. Urban nature, maybe Puerto Rican spiritual elements, finding the sacred in unexpected places or in specific rituals, perhaps. The body and spirit connecting into space.
Emotional, honesty, vulnerability. The title Nude Shadows kind of points right at that, doesn't it?
It really does. Suggests stripping away defenses, being exposed, emotionally transparent, maybe with a sense of hope, even in vulnerability. In love, that's often where the real connection happens.
And finally, creativity, movement, transformation.
Like life isn't static, it's an unfolding process, always evolving. Maybe seeing life and relationships as sort of works in progress, expressions of freedom and beauty.
Okay, so let's dive into some actual poems and see how these themes play out. First one, I married my better half.
Straight into love and partnership. You see phrases like other angel, harbor, oneness. It's about deep connection.
Finding safety, like in a harbor, but also bigger than that cosmos, grace, almost spiritual.
And that line, in the singular breath we share, what a powerful image of unity.
Okay, next, my own self. The line, in your nakedness, I found my own self. Wow, vulnerability leading to self-discovery through the other person.
It really speaks to how transformative intimacy can be, doesn't it? My universe collapsed in your arms. That's total surrender, a remaking of the self.
And overcoming fear, finding tenderness. The beloved becomes my light, my guide. It's a deep reliance, emerging.
Let's look at sitting on the mat. This feels different. More about a quiet, shared moment.
Yeah, looking at each other's eyes, hugging for an eternity, just being completely present together, shutting out the world.
And the details, perfect Hindu pose, feeling there's nothing to hide. It suggests total comfort, acceptance.
Plus mentions of energy, vibrations, aura, like a connection beyond just the physical.
And the jungle protects them, creating their own safe, almost sacred space.
Then there's your body is one with your soul, a very direct affirmation.
It is. Celebrating the physical, muscular, powerful, and toned, but linking it directly to identity. Unafraid to show who you are.
It's about wholeness, isn't it?
Yeah.
That fearlessness destroys barriers, letting you share your passion, an invincible heart.
Finding meaning in every gesture, a real sense of purpose coming from that integrated self.
Carry yourself with grace. Shifts focus slightly, how you present yourself.
Yeah, self-respect, inner strength reflected outwards. Hold your head up high, belong to the sun. It's about dignity.
And being a guardian of the future, surrounding yourself with art and beauty, those reds, blues, and golds of royalty, it's about embodying strength and hope.
Moving on, follow your gut feelings. This one champions intuition.
Filing away dreams is never the best way. Listen to yourself, basically. Focus on your own life.
Right. Trusting that inner compass. Finding peace symbolized by green trees, white sand beaches, and beautiful seas. By following your own path. Not getting lost in others' noise. Family as repose.
Okay, naughty. This feels lighter, more playful.
Definitely. Joy of a frolic. An uninvited smile. There's a sensory quality too. Deep blue rhythm of a nice jazz piece. The undulation of a dolphin stroke.
Carefree pleasure. But then it says this playfulness unmasks all untruths. So even lightness reveals something deeper.
Interesting point. Like genuine joy cuts through pretense.
Cabins and streams. A shift in mood again. Solitude, nature, confronting vulnerability.
Yeah, the dark wooden cabin, cold wooden floors, unfamiliar sounds. A contrast to the daily grind, the grumpy bosses.
And the act of going into the stream, skin to water and water to skin. It feels like a ritual cleansing.
Calming and cleaning fears away. Nature as a restorative force, a place to face things, wielding logic against the buzzing worries.
Yeah, never forgetting where you came from. This feels raw. Displacement, longing.
Oh, absolutely. The strange urban setting, surviving on noodles, that hunger for something more than food can satisfy. It's powerful.
Feeling disconnected from roots, the travail of modernity. Missing simple things like clean water, looking to the dark and dirty sky for answers.
Making friends with concrete, eating on the floor, chanting mantras. It's about holding on to heritage, identity, in a difficult present.
Never forgetting.
Seduction. This one explores a disconnect, doesn't it? Physical versus emotional intimacy.
Yes. The broad smile, beautiful supple skin, offering the body completely, but could never touch his soul, nor could he mine. That line hits hard, a reminder that physical closeness doesn't guarantee deep connection.
A really important distinction. You can be right next to someone and still worlds apart emotionally.
Find yourself in the naked winds. More abstract, this one.
It seems to link self-discovery, the naked winds of your knowledge, interest, and soul, with love and understanding reality.
Like stripping away the non-essential, combining authentic self-knowledge with love, leads to grasping the essence of reality.
A philosophical turn, maybe? Uniting knowledge and love?
Sacred place. Feels very personal, reverent, about a specific moment, a specific person.
Where your smile glistens and your body glows, it creates this almost holy feeling around the person.
But there's a sense of fleetingness too, right? Not mine to possess, but for an instant.
Exactly. Capturing a precious, transient moment. Even the memory, the trace of happiness left by a tear, is cherished, bittersweet.
Embrace. This describes a really intense encounter.
Thinning eyes, a yearning, thirst for insight. There's a vulnerability, a need.
And the touch is transformative, heavenly, revealing discordant energy. It sounds like a healing.
Healing hands echoed a mantra of spirit. It goes beyond physical touch into something energetic, spiritual, leading to faceless truth of gushing spirits, almost trance-like. Was that a dream?
Okay, Shiva's kiss. Very evocative imagery here. Spiritual awakening, innocence.
Hinting Shiva's aspecting insight. The prebescent man-child floating free, that youth's incessant innocence. It's about purity, potential.
Accepting Gaia's grace, being blissfully aware, and then sacrificing commanding knowledge for passion, for the selflessness of a single kiss.
It feels like a surrender to pure being, valuing experience and connection over intellectual distance, a yogic passion.
Desire. This one feels darker, more complex. That chant, I desire, I want, I need.
Yeah, it touches on longing, but also disconnection, the goddess of doubtful value, prolix organs of muted distance.
And it hints at deeper issues, subconscious echoes of abuse and intolerance surfacing, leading to a tormented smile, desire tangled with past pain.
A much more complicated look at wanting.
Let's shift to appreciation. This feels broader, more optimistic.
In appreciation, we all exist. It starts with unity, embracing both agreement and disagreement.
Celebrating possibility, the fact that choices can be remade. It calls for renewal, finding solace in stillness, but also embracing the flow of life.
And the key seems to be sharing, finding more together. In the nakedness of our souls, we create our very existence. It values diversity. No need to sing in unison, only to sing.
Beautiful. Commitment. Back to love, but as a deep, transformative force.
Their love is glorified nakedness. It takes them beyond my north and you beyond your north. It's about growth.
Nurturing the treasure that is the soul, the partner as an angel, gathering nightmares, sharing joys, navigating a capricious universe, ending with that poignant tear of farewell.
A very profound view of shared life.
Traverse the night. This feels like quiet, everyday intimacy.
Naked bodies traverse the night, sharing the day's burdens, freeing themselves of worries.
No words needed, just cuddling, warmth, sighs, a stress-free connection.
The imagery is gentle. Eyes that glisten under a starlight's glow, the moon waving them on, joy leaps out of the night. Simple affection, cheek to cheek.
Freedom and purpose. Here, nakedness is a statement.
And not a distraction, but a statement of purpose, of yearning to be free. It's about authenticity as liberation.
And being free emboldens others, rejoicing in that coming out, inspiring others to reflect. It's about living purposefully with definition, refinement, and caring.
A very empowering message.
Naked portfolio. This uses a metaphor for carrying past hurts.
The naked portfolio is held as a mask for multiple tragedies like lovers lost, vulnerability mixed with loss.
Not much to hide here, acknowledging the impermanence and illusion of life, the risks involved.
A somber reflection on the weight of experience.
Energy and verve. This sounds like release, healing.
Lying naked, face down, no more worries. Opening up to transformation, letting go of barriers, moving stagnant energy.
It's about finding freedom, resilience, circulating energy freely. Let go of the external constraints. Renewed vitality.
A real sense of physical and energetic renewal.
Naked to your thoughts. Deep openness again.
Being naked to your thoughts, the energy currents, the twinkle in your eye, it's complete transparency.
Seeing passion unfold like a bud flowering. An embrace that brings faith that can halt time. A profound connection.
Trust and vulnerability on multiple levels.
Naked eyes. Being seen beyond the physical structure.
Yeah, the gaze runs over the body, but sees the lines of my energy, the verticality of the soul.
Resisting being measured by external standards, the spirit taking flight because it's truly seen, amazement in the observer's eyes.
A powerful moment of recognition.
Naked dreams. Feels like unresolved issues again.
Still sleeping naked dreams of Pyrrhic victories, past struggles that weren't really wins, masking as future possibilities.
And that plea, leave me alone to start my journey home, a desire to break free, find peace, begin anew.
A weariness with the past, maybe.
Pagan rituals, set in Sao Paulo's carnival, contrasting experiences.
The naked soul exposed to the rituals, seeking refuge from empty kisses, but also finding connection in the huddled masses who hide nothing from each other. Exploring that tension between superficiality and genuine, unhidden connection, even in a chaotic setting.
Naked gesture, simple but potent. Truth and openness.
In the naked gesture, which is truth, there's a promise of better days for the eyes of two made one. Authenticity fosters hope, reinforces that vulnerability is key to a better shared future.
Sense of touch. This highlights a disconnect in perception.
The speaker is emotionally naked to your fears, your wants, dreams, ambition, but feels the other person only perceives through touch as so much skin.
Naked to your lover's eye that does not see me, that only feels me. A deep feeling of being misunderstood, reduced to the physical, hiding behind protocol.
A poignant critique of superficial perception in relationships.
Dynamic plasticity, a kind of dance of illusion.
Each pretending not to see the other who is present beneath the folds of reality. It suggests an awareness of something deeper, but perhaps an unwillingness or inability to fully engage with it. Reality slowed down to its adaptable, perhaps somewhat artificial essence.
Carnival escapades. Back to dreams and carnival, but maybe more hopeful.
Dreams filled with rhythmic flows, smiles connecting with strangers' souls, an expansive feeling.
Stretching out to encompass the love that awaits to be reawakened. Maybe in Lisbon, it feels like potential openness to joy.
A longing for connection to become real.
Hopes of tomorrow. Healing through touch and connection again.
Meeting in the touch of your hands to heal my restlessness, offer me a better future.
Confronting pain, freeing the skin and spirit, finding direction and stillness. Facing the future.
Connection is a powerful force for healing and forward movement.
And lastly, bare bodies. This one really confronts difference.
Between bare bodies, a bare truth. That we are different, not the same. Acknowledging fundamental individuality.
My sweat is not your perspiration. My tears are not quite your size. Even in closeness, separateness remains, like strangers in a caravan.
A paradox, isn't it? Attracted because of difference nurtured by their shared origin, the isle that gave us both birth, yet that difference requires a kind of death to the current self to truly unite. A profound transformation needed.
Wow. Okay, so weaving all this together, the life, these poems, what are the big takeaways from Nude Shadows?
Well, it feels like a deep, unflinching look at vulnerability, not as weakness, but as essential for real intimacy. There's a constant exploration of how our bodies, our spirits, our minds are interconnected.
And the search for connection, for meaning, definitely runs through it all, set against that backdrop of, fragmented modern life.
Absolutely.
Mm.
And his own life journey, navigating identity, fighting for justice, understanding human complexities through law and community work.
Yeah.
You feel that weight, that experience informing the poems. It gives them this groundedness, even when they're exploring very intimate or spiritual realms.
Love, memory, self-discovery, accepting both the light and the shadow. It's all in there.
It's a rich tapestry. It doesn't shy away from difficulty, but there's also beauty and a sense of hope, I think.
This has been, well, a really fascinating deep dive into Manuel del Valle y Colón's Nude Shadows, seeing how the life illuminates the poetry and vice versa.
It really does connect. And for you listening, maybe think about how these themes, the naked truths, the fragmented moments, the search for connection, resonate in your own experience. Which ideas, which poems struck a chord, and what might they reveal about your own journey?